Hi, I'm Don Bosey, President of FIRST, and I wanted to take this opportunity to talk to you personally about some exciting news about the future of our FIRST Championship. FIRST is now expanding to 2 championship events in 2 separate cities. Our decision to move to 2 championships was driven by 2 key motivating factors. And as the number of students and the number of teams involved with FIRST grows, we want to be able to give more and more kids that championship experience that we know is so transformative in their lives. And secondly, we know that travel costs are a big part of the expenses associated with teams attending championship. So by putting 2 championships in 2 distinct locations, we know these events can be closer to where teams live, and hence we hope to be able to make them more affordable and more accessible to teams across the world and across the country. So FIRST will continue to have a single championship in the city of St. Louis for 2015 and 2016. Starting in 2017, we'll actually have 2 championships on subsequent weekends in the last half of April. So on the first weekend in 2017, we'll have a championship in Houston, and on the second weekend, we'll have a championship in St. Louis. Then in the following year, 2018, we will transition to where there will be a first weekend in Houston and a second weekend in the city of Detroit. So in this way, we'll be transitioning the cities, but also transitioning from 1 championship event to 2 championship events in different cities. So Houston and Detroit are both really amazing cities with incredible technology businesses and industries, and both actually provide really welcoming experiences to the teams. They really wanted the FIRST championship, and they worked very closely with us to look at how do we give a really life-changing experience to the kids and the participants who attend our championship. So both cities offer a lot of cultural and interesting events for kids to participate in. They offer beautiful facilities throughout their downtown area. So for example, in Houston, there's a huge green space right out in front of the George R. Brown Convention Center, which sits right between Minute Maid Park and the Toyota Center, where the closing and opening ceremonies will be. In Detroit, the Convention Center, Cobo Hall, is right on the Detroit River with a beautiful view of the river and a greenway along the river, as well as a nice view of Windsor, Ontario, right across the river. Also in downtown Detroit, we'll be using Ford Field for our opening and closing ceremonies, which is a really impressive facility, very inspiring facility. So it was a combination of really the facilities, the environment, and also the local culture that really inspired us to choose these 2 cities. And we think are going to provide really exciting experiences for all the teams and all the participants who come to championship. So we know this model is a little bit different than what we've done in the past, always culminating in 1 single championship in 1 city. And we know change can be hard on the community. However, we think there's really exciting opportunity in this change by enabling more students to participate and by engaging sponsors and local communities from 2 separate cities. So for example, we certainly hope that by holding a championship in Houston and a championship in Detroit, that this enables new sponsors, new organizations, new teams to get involved with us. We can really pull on the volunteer communities in both of those cities. So we think it really is an exciting change and should provide an exciting experience for all the teams and for all the people who participate in the championship. And I think one of the important things about FIRST, and maybe what separates us from other sports, is that we're an inclusive organization. We're about not picking a winner at the expense of others, but celebrating everybody's accomplishments and success. So we're actually excited about recognizing and rewarding more than 1 team with the Chairman's Award and with the Inspire Award and with the winning alliances. Believe me, there's plenty of room at the top for everyone. And we think this is a great opportunity to highlight more successful FIRST teams. So St. Louis has been a wonderful home to the FIRST championship and will be the home to our championship through 2017. We can't say thank you enough to the entire community of St. Louis, the mayor, the governor, all of the wonderful volunteers and local support that we've had from that community throughout the years we've been there and for the next 3 years while we're still in St. Louis. We'll be bringing lots of folks from Houston and Detroit to St. Louis to help learn how it's done. and to help show them how to put on an awesome event. And so we greatly appreciate all that St. Louis has and continues to do for us in support of FIRST. So one thing I want to let you know is we don't have all the details figured out yet. We've got this big picture vision of how championship is going to evolve and sort of where we'll be on which weekend and which year. We're very excited about it, but we've got a lot of details that we have to work out across all of our programs. And we know that those details are important. In fact, we want to engage members of the FIRST community to help us come up with the best solution and to think about what might be the best approach to some of these things. So today, while we're announcing this exciting news, we don't yet have all the details figured out. But what we will do is keep you informed as we figure it out and as we learn more. So watch for blogs and other types of posting on our website that will help further define some of the details beneath this vision. And certainly we welcome your input, your thoughtful input into what ways you think we might be able to turn this into an even greater experience for all of the teams and all of the participants. So I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you all for your interest in the future roadmap of the FIRST Championship. We're really excited about what the future holds for us in St. Louis, in Houston, in Detroit, and maybe in other cities yet to come. And I look forward to seeing all of you at FIRST competitions around the world in the months and years to come.